valleys will re-echo our cry. Children's blessing and peace will be ever thine own.
Blessing and peace will be ever thine own. Land that we love, our Sierra Leone. Without wasting any time, we bring we panelists them on board. Make we start the program proper. That's why I want to bring in Yusuf, all the way from Atlanta. Make it tell Fambule Madu. Yes, Yusuf, you can tell Fambule Madu.
Fambule Madu, wherever on a day. And once again, we become we School of Thought. As I always can say, this time you're learning opportunity on day-to-day events at Salon. And welcome again, and thanks for joining us this week also.
Well, thank you very much to you, Yusuf. I don't know, somebody gets a little bit of feedback, so we're not able to get Yusuf clearly. I don't know that gets that small feedback there. But I will call Tennessee. Yes, Tennessee, can you tell Fambule Madu?
Good evening, Kabo, Kushe, anywhere you get to. Me, I'm live from Paris. Usual contributor to this program, Kushe and Kabo, and thank you for taking the time for listening to it. As now we on platform this for make we interact with now and then we discuss good things about the country and the hope for a better future for Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you very much to you, Senesi Breman. As I go bring Arun Rashidin from New York, you can tell Fambule Madusa.
Well, Fambule Unaola we glad for day with tonight again today with the Car Express. We own views, and we can always look for a reform as well. All that they make the program they go on well. We hope say we not go just listen, but we not say go try for join we wherever you day for make we know what you they think. You not get for agree with we. If you get different opinion, you get a right for express them. Now all that then help for enhance we own body in democracy in Sierra Leone. We do this for the good of we all for we country. So thank you again for your attention and welcome to the program, all of you we listeners then.
All right, unfortunately today we're not able to get Tony Jones. We can always join we from Boston, but I think instead of the listen and he say if he get any concern or views them, he go send them in and make himself be part of the program. As always, like how we can always do, when we start the program, we can always start from Musa we left from last weekend where we've been there. So last weekend we've been there, and right after that, we've been see Usai, the president, Julius Madabio, he been inspect the construction site for the University of Science and Technology, Nakono. We don't talk something, but that's even there. Last weekend, I think we get a clip, we'll get for play on that. We see on courtesy call to the Chief Justice, Social Legal Aid Board and Chairperson, then call for expeditious trial. The Legal Aid Board and then team, then we go find the Chief Justice, and inside that discussion day, then we call for expeditious trial for certain things, then they will not for make people and stay long na Pademba Road or other side them, make them push case them way for end fast. We also suicide the Chief Justice say he vow for visit Pademba Road prison. He say because Pademba Road prison in the yegi but see them, so he wants see him first hand and before he go make any decision them. We also President Bio be open the new community health center inside Makali. I guess something will talk about this, but we reach inside something that they me go up much small. We see USA President Madabio again present teaching and learning material to the Kono district and the school picking them. We see with pictures them how them be glad for receiving all length in the day. And also we saw the Sierra Leone's first all-female army recruit in 40 years. All-female army recruit. We just hope say this particular term, the woman there will come inside then go able for earn the respect and from the citizens them as military people them, and also within the rank and file of the military, then go able for earn the respect. Nevertheless, no look them saying a woman them, but at the end, as they don't give up their time and everything for join the military, we go see say it will go profit the nation. We suicide Sierra Leone government be ban all secret society with immediate effect. With immediate effect, all secret society don't be banned as alone. We also see Usai Ambassador Navo be receive the Lifetime Achievement Award. And we suicide the Power Society, then be kidnap 8 workers of the Sierra Rutile Company and the driver them. They not just kidnap the workers them, or even the driver that will be the drive with the workers then kidnap them and they initiate them into the Power Society forcefully. The only thing we don't know if these people are Sierra Leoneans or are foreigners that are working for the Sierra Rutile Company. Now then they will not able to establish it, but 8 people then be force them and be initiate them into the Power Society we they're not glad for. And I think say it's part of that we make the government don't ban all secret society. We be also here if na rumor or some truth be they say we then be go corner, then be also pull power up by the president in entourage them. Then see usai lately the society people them they use this power or other society business for scared opponents them politically. With suicide, the government give 2 billion for make the Premier League Board of Sierra Leone, the national, for start, and it start this Sunday. So Salon government don't give them 2 billion. Not forget say we still under FIFA suspension, but we get for a look with mighty Blackpool and Eastern Lions tomorrow live in the National Stadium. And I want to say I'm glad because they're there for witness and back after so many years. Sierra Leone ambassador to the United States and the Republic of Liberia, then we also take their leave from President Bio. We suicide President Bio launched Transform Freetown initiative and also suggest ways them for make the city grow beyond party politics.
I don't know if na my phone, but you seem for the you ambience not seem for it fluctuate. It week.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I don't know how I sound now, but let me just carry on. I go see if I go change the phone way I they use soon. But let's just see how it carry on. We see Saint Malene in disarray. We see Usai police claim say they not hold somebody, and also the person in Pekin and say police then become where then come for can hold the person then carry and go. The police say they don't give the person bail. We also see Usai a meeting be called for all Kono district indigenes, and it be get for due to the football business where they can start. 15 civil society and right activities then be asked for right for going at the Saint Malene chiefdom. Usai 2 people be die. I think we get something, but Sunday I don't know if we can able bring them on board. But 2 people then be die there, and we go see how all that one they go. But at the end of the day, police not be grant them access. Then say because the place a crime scene and they not be grant them. But later, police can agree and be grant them access for going to the village. We also see Usai President Bio be also states for the rape and the sexual violence where they happen at Salon. He don't promise. Remember, they told them be launch Hands Off Our Girls, where he be give some strict measures then. And now he don't promise say he go support for curb the menace in the country. Another telecom don't be launched at Salon, then call on K3 Telecom. We suicide the first lady, and then be the guest of honor for that launch day. Anti-corruption be giving update on the WAEC investigation. And I think say now there we go all on for now. I don't know if my panelists still get trouble for Yerimi. When I still get trouble for Yerimi.
No, me they hear you. It look better past how we been they fluctuate small, but you don't better small.
Okay. But I think now the phone line we they use until we know now, na salon we go to manage and small. But this not the thing that will happen during the week. I want to bring Yusuf. You get 1 minute, sir. What you want Rob Motpa before we start the program proper, sir?
Everything to some point is very eye-opening. And like I said, this now we saw the classroom. Some of them things that we don't know firsthand until they happen. But I mean, very astounding that, you know, I will put mommy weight on this society stuff that in the conscript people them, like, you know, how rebel them may come and get speaking them for join. Not so good thing, and then I need civil society. You know, people them. A family are small with then society business because I grew up actually in Akono and I've been know how they did it, and I even traveled to some of the remote village them. Time in my mind, small city, I've been getting a farm, and I don't did it when in the do some of them, you know, then society now we don't no more join 9 for dinner do when you do one, which is understandable, but for me them go around up people them without their consent or they not get their will against their will, and they very much discouraging any society. They say even if you can't find religion, there's no compulsion in religion. So let alone you tell me say this is a secret society or this is a tribal society or this is a cultural society. Allow the people then for me then get a say if they want, or if you give them a stipulated time, so we don't want to see people them around this area this time. Make the people respect that. But to make them go gather them against their will, that shouldn't be a norm at all. That should not be a norm at all. Not so in any way, any society for fancy, whether you dare among them or not. Enough for be something we set more for. Period.
I want to bring in Senesi. Yes, Senesi of the thing they would all in a table, which you are of Motpasa. Senesi, you did live on air. What you are Rob Motpa?
Well, I just saw one Rob Motpa in the military. One for congratulate them. The ladies, the day we take up on the self for go join the military of.
Senesi, do you get me?
Yes, we get you. Carry on.
I think I know the area. Go ahead, Sensi. You go ahead.
Yes. So, Fabu, we get small technical problems because the studio they right now at the Leone, so we don't see the internet struggle. Yes. So, as I be say, I just want to congratulate them. We take up on themselves. We volunteer for go join the military. Because it's not really easy. I have to just like when I talk after 40 years, and now we get that kind of recruitment. And I want to tell people that it's really necessary for them to get women them inside the military because they get very important role where they play. Anybody we know we get small knowledge about the military, women they get a very big role for play in terms of intelligence and all that thing. So. A big moves we the government take for the recruit women them and this for join the women them for congratulate them for get that kind of number for join the military because when they did they will believe say military in a very big society. When you go there, they go training, they train you to how me and Kabu wait for the real discussion when we talk about the presidency visit. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much to Senesi. Make a bring in Aaron Rashidin. Yes, Aaron, waiting you are up much passer.
Yeah, well, briefly, it's good that this issue of sexual abuse menace, I mean, the desire, the drive, particularly from the top, the president, since they make mention of it. I mean, because now it's scourged now almost every society in the world, and at the end of the day, the victims, and particularly women, them, they suffer the most, no matter what. Even in which people are referred to as civilized, advanced societies, they happen, But if, like, say, government on the pick on this thing and say, then they address them, you see young women and they take the lead, all the things. It's good, I know say it may be the challenge, but at least, they say the longest distance starts with the first step. Na good thing. In the general base of this free education thing, I mean, Kono, when Yusuf, they all go know, Tony, there, and people we know that basket of Sierra Leone. I mean, we need that, Kono need that with this university where they were. Then decide for go open, It shows saying, I mean, there is an effort for make that district the safe, push, if played for development Sierra Leone. Now that's how way the riches of the country, the main riches of the country, they come out. We're not going to neglect them. I mean, this attempt for opening university today, a welcome move on my part. I think two things were also mentioned about, and Tony know today, but I know I'm more passionate about human rights. This Pademba Road, from where we small, we already have attest to that. Then they catch people and then they put them waiting and call remand. Sometimes they go in a remand, so they pass, it go long past the time when if they sentence you. Then for those sentences, you don't come out jail. The fact that the Chief Justice say in Google, he does a lot, but Pademba is like a secret society where if you're not good, you're not going to know what's in the go inside it. But a lot, and not a good thing from what you would hear. I mean, even in the best of time, not a good thing for let you get incarcerated, for let you get jailed, let alone a situation where a very deplorable, the justice system not allow for free and fair trial, caseload upon caseload, people and they get locked up for, they jam inside one cell. It's not good for the health. When person go na jail or Pademba, me say health for suffer. Particularly small picking them. Somebody when they talk about some picking them where they will catch, they will go lock in a jail because they do something where they not deserve them. Sometimes we just they look at the immediate. Waiting at the thing where they lead people, a small young man them forgets into things that would get them behind bars. We get finally this thing about secret society. Secret society has been, just like what Yusuf said, it has been part of the Sierra Leone, community, Sierra Leone society in general. I think it will be no progress from the days, now that way I look at, from the days where they be kind of menacing to more or less entertainment these days. Now that way they are look at. I can always say, it's so wrong for government therefore make sure say whoever is responsible and answer to that, because even at the time where secret society they've been bad of, will not be there say them they go catch people and forcefully initiate them. And that is wrong. That they abuse them people and they like, go force somebody for na punishment. Where you see they say they go around people them. Why you not go do that? I think so. Therefore, don't go. I know me not see any reason for make with societies them get abolished. But I think so that it's about time then transform from any into some entertainment, people, even I know I'm talking to it too much. Even the society where the people that they try for say, well, then get for end some of them practices. But even if those practices get, abolished, society like the one that they for transform into some entertainment where people get business, they'll come and perform, once we not abolish them completely. As long as they know they do things the way go affect society, will go affect the health of society. But waiting and people and they do so, a wrong and action must be taken against those who are responsible. So far I go stop so far.
All right, I want to make family know say the phone line open. If you want to take part by the program, you can call the United States number. We're na 646-610-3107. The United States number with the country code na 1-646-610-3107, or you call the salon number with the country code na 232-78-990-991. You can call the salon number 232-78-990-991, or you call the United States number. If you dey listen we right now on YouTube, I want to make you know say this program na recorded program you dey listen to on YouTube, and the program we don't not to the live one, because we can get a lot of calls them we can upload on YouTube of people them way can want for take part by the program, but the program not to the live one than the YouTube. We go deal with first issue today, and we first issue na Transform Freetown. Make we listen to the clip for Transform Freetown.
For long term now, Freetown don dey suffer from waste management. We mean say dirty boku na the city, and we no dey for controlling dirty ya. Apart from dirty, plenty other challenge them, like poor water sanitation facility, poor infrastructure. We make better road space and park space not available for people them. With this and plenty other one them. But all this, the Freetown City Council, they foresee say they address them challenge here. We make the mayor and some stakeholder them. They work now on one project when a Transform Freetown. Where inside this Transform Freetown project get plan them for bring developments na Freetown. Where this President Julius Madabio be go pull na do this project and say he go support am for say he work fine, and say over 18 billion loans don't already go to the Freetown City Council for develop Freetown.
My government is committed to working for Freetown and making our Freetown a better city for all of us. I am excited about today because Transform Freetown initiative aligns very closely with my government's priority and vision. Transform Freetown initiative will make our Freetown a better, more beautiful, more livable, and more resilient city in Africa. My government has supported the Freetown City Council with direct financial disbursement of 18.3 billion euros. Therefore, let me assure you, the worship, the mayor of our great city, that this 3-year development plan for transforming our Freetown will get the full support of government.
One important thing where the president say he concentrate on na sanitation. We mean say Freetown for clean and safe for all man.
Freetown is no better today because of the failures and deficiencies of the governance of our great city. So my challenge here for all of us is to restore sanity. We will continue to work on localizing and implementing the sustainable development goals at the local government level.
Where it be they explain about this transformation plan, Yvonne Akisoya, na the mayor of Freetown.
The dictionary definition of transformation is to change completely the appearance or character of something, especially so that that thing improves. That is why I am personally here today. A commitment to see that the city in which I was born, in which I grew up, which for so many years stood and held pride of place in the sub-region, is restored to that position. Our priorities for the city, the 4 clusters: resilience, human development, healthy city, and urban mobility.
But how the mayor plan for go about this transformation plan?
To have everybody come on board so that we were together determining the baseline, as you saw from the presentations, the targets which will address those challenges, the initiatives that will get us to those targets, and then the milestones. But we're doing detailed planning, which will ensure that we will be able to report of what we've achieved against the milestones. Every month, we will publish our milestones online and through our website, through Facebook, through traditional media, so that we're holding ourselves accountable as the minister has said. We want to do that.
The mayor continues say, one benefit where this transformation plan gets now for provide job for young people and safe, then dirty where people can throw in a gutter like plastic, it go turn them to use. Where this is called recycling project.
Our target is to move from 21% of waste collected to at least 60% of waste safely collected, managed, and disposed of, and 40% of all plastic in Freetown being recycled by 2022. I want to make sure that there are opportunities and that there are skills development possibilities and real tangible hope of securing a job in our city, so people, young people, do not take that treacherous journey that is known as Temple Run. So one of the targets that I'm so excited about is the target to facilitate the creation of 4,000 jobs, tourism-related jobs by 2022.
World Bank all time now they give support to Salon, and one concern where they raise, now that Salon gets plenty natural resource them, but say, we not get the sabi for benefits from them TIA. We make it say, with mayor in transformation plan, the country he believes say, go change for the better. And World Bank then promise say, go support the country for say they succeed.
Leone has all of the abundance of natural resources, both inland as well as in the ocean. And yet, its per capita GDP in constant terms is the same as it was in 1970. This is a challenge as well as maybe a criticism of us all. Equally the World Bank, equally the development community that has been supporting this country, and I would like to convey the most sincerest support from the World Bank to the government of Sierra Leone and its plans to transform not only Sierra Leone but also Freetown.
The Ministry of Local Government, when at the umbrella body for supervise Freetown City Council, self beginning support for make the mayor in transformation plan succeed. For Radio Democracy, Waniga Oja.
We want for tell Waniga Oja thank you for that particular clip the way we play for Transform Freetown. We don't hear waiting at the mayor in plan for Transform Freetown, and we know say it's not easy coming to Sierra Leone and you see waiting exactly the gun right now. It really not easy. For Transform Freetown, not get for be small fet. It not get for be small fet at all. But to make a just all and day and bring Yusuf inside. I don't know waiting you pick by this clip will play the president in commitment and waiting at the mayor in plan and waiting World Bank say we get a lot of potential them, but we not get the Master Sabi for enhance them potential and in the country. Yourself for the listen, don't forget to the phone line open now. You can call either the United States number or the Salon number. The United States number now 1-646-610-3107 or the Salon number now 232-78-990-991. Yes, Yusuf, you get a platform, sir.
Well, I get quite a few things where I want to highlight on. One, the simplicity that we see within the West on to do with waste over 30 years now. You know, I know one talk say we economy in Africa, so they be in that the neighbor close that 30-year gap. We don't expect them to do exactly within the West to do. That is just plain and simple because we all know within they be in that money, expertise, know-how, sustainability, and business continuity, and all the other logistics way they help with anything in there. But if I will share a personal story with you, over 25 years ago, I sit down at the top with Pajuma Say. This has been the executive director at one point, the NDMC in Salon. during check-in time, he left, he go ECOWAS, he go and come back, and he come as a private consultant before he passed away in a salon. This man, one thing, man, I made it talk. We will be in the drive just be close to the Hyundai factory. We by owner Kisi Rodianda. We'll go up Kisi just by Wataki. So we see the kind garbage we did not out there. It happened to say I read one article now one panel magazine, I don't know if that be Ebony or something, na Freetown day. So I see one time we didn't talk about how you recycle wasted that for, create plastic stuff them or create materials where you do reuse. So me and Pajuma said the talk because in office been in just by a fire complex, the hotel, and so you pass through in a Godly Street. And I mean, I hold the magazine at the show. And I said, Pajuma, I said, look at this. I say, like, una get brains in this country, waiting make we able get the support for pioneer and can project here. And I look me the last. He say, you want to make money pass your own papa? So we joke about that. But just imagine, today we get the mayor of Freetown. And we know the history with Freetown as a municipality don't get. Freetown don't get sister city affiliations from Europe to the United States. Kalamazoo at one point have been a sister city. And we know, of course, in England, we get 2 or 3 cities where we know turn sister city to Freetown. All the one in the effort, the way the mayors may not make, that's some other thing we don't harness long time ago. And today, in this day, we see what countries they do, like Ethiopia. Look, in the past few days, I see a video clip. Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, the kind of garbage we didn't get. It passed the one we get in Abome, the one we get in Akisi Road, Kuto Road, and Egan Street, and all the other areas in there. All the one in the compound, waiting Addis Ababa get. Waiting they do, they employ the help of experts within their own nationals and experts with the out of the country. We get a know-how for convert that waste there into energy. I don't know if any of them see that clip there. The plants we then build are right close to inside the garbage there. Then they sort this garbage out, it come inside this machine. This machine they take them, they cook them, the steam and the water, and in they turn the turbines for make them get electricity. Look at this. We they look at garbage because of garbage, but we know they see within that garbage they end up for come as an end result. Not only you they get a power plant driven energy force, but you also recycle the material them for build other things. We see within there have been places like what the video clip I see where the country they encourage transportation fees like for make you get a token for go right in. Take a plastic bottle, recycle them, and you get credit for going at the train and go. We don't sit up on garbage like in a salon from Bome, Jego. Even the gas. We get some houses, then we get some business in a salon where gas powered stoves in the use. We get methane. Methane they come from that garbage day. Just the heat for long it. Then they harvest gas from Nandi. Then they harvest gas from Nandi. That methane they, if you smell them, it not smell good. But when they don't take them, cap them, then they use them. If them add any the chemical used for you any other stuff. Even you water you washing machine, all the ones is able to get gas powered. Now, if you look at the mayor's statement, employment. we all know within the employment level salon. People they don't mind because we take with the with tourism will come back and pick up. I mean, there's so much. You know, we know, I can always say this, we're not short of the ideas as salon. We're not really short of the ideas. Now, the execution now we're short of. The execution back, it get the thing with the keep them for last. Because until, like, say, you come in, you implement the ideas and take them, put them into play, and after that, it's done. We want government come, next government will come, continue to know nobody know how to handle them. But me, I see prospects in this, and I'm so hopeful that you get this mayor. Kudos to him because he get them fabulous ideas. Yeah, I just hope say the government will work with them, make them go capitalize on the opportunities we this get for prosper or this get for provide prosperity and provide all the goodness that we potentially will come out of this salon. So that I'm your own take for now. I will yield to the next person and we'll go pick them up.
All right, thank you very much to Yusuf for that contribution there. Make a bring in you, Senesi Brahma. Yes, Senesi, what you pick on the clip we play on transforming Freetown?
Well, the first thing, I want to say thank you to the president. I want to let Fambule know they know saying two different things with the talk here. One of the things here is the mayor can get implants, but he needs the political backing. We don't see the fight where the former mayor then don't be get with the central government. Now, here we talk about the mayor from one political party, then the central government from one political party. We see the commitment of the president. Before this time, we don't see the fight will begin between the mayor and the central government, that vis-a-vis the minister of local government on this dirty business. We don't see everything be happening. So we all really pray that they will come together. I mean, I believe say after politics, no more campaign, after election, no more campaign, we concentrate on national development because I believe say this there's no way for making help the country to develop. Now let's talk about development. And I'm really happy that the president did it. He gave a word and he gave support. That's now a clear message to the other cabinet ministers that they're supposed to work with the mayor for let things happen. Because when you beautify the capital city, you understand, now for everybody, in fact, they encourage more people. Look like this December. You said for this week, you attest to that. How many Sierra Leoneans? Now, so always it can be after elections. The following December, you will get plenty Sierra Leoneans who they go see what will happen. Now, the one that we go see. You understand? They see, say, development day. They will gladly go back because not to the normal get for go. Sometimes, you say, for don't say, why don't go see the God. I don't see, oh, my country don't transform, my country don't find. I can compare with any part the West or what you call any part of Africa. I can able to tap somebody say, I can't go to my country. Then you say, go work. You know, by when you take somebody to my say, say, I can be Sierra Leone. Why they go to my family. Now, so it creates more income for the country. The country will be more attractive. Just like quoting the president will say in inauguration, say, a lot billion on the human capital. We don't talk about this diamond, gold, bauxite, because any Sierra Leonean in music goes, my country rich, I get bauxite, you get diamond, you get gold, you get this. But not reflecting to the country and to we the people themselves. So I believe if we take another U-turn, we look at another thing, say, don't forget about NTR. Don't try to look at other picture. Don't look at something. Don't build this country. Don't use another channel for long. We will attract people. Let investors will come. Don't continue. Like I remember when we clean in the start. You know, this not only for the president. We say one of the things. We begin see Usai the first cleaning. People that be so anxious for go, willingly for go clean. But what happened? The third, fourth one. when list begin coming out saying that this they give council, people then begin relax. Say, hey, so we'll be the do no more for nothing. The government will pump so much money. In the quiet time, I be the remember why government then get city council get Masada. They get Masada, with Masada they clean the city. Why government no go empower Masada? Empower Masada, create more jobs, opportunity for youth. It support Masada. But let Masada do this cleaning. Let it be every day, every evening, every month, just like how they see now. Then they will look better than every week, every month. They spend that kind of huge money. Then it's gonna fill people in the pocket because we see who say sabotage be one begin kind of this the hala so this the hala so you hire trucks. And at the end of the day, how many people the trucks they can do 2-3 then everybody scatter. So why government not go empower Masada when he boosts them so that he will employ more people when they do this garbage collection? Then on this recycling, I believe say all over the end of the day. So I believe say if we will go back, the government they talk about agriculture, then don't see the leg bomber. And people get start place they begin produce fertilizer for farmers the way they plant their onions because the people they long when the time reach for planting about what would they do? Would they go in a dirty box? Would they try to put all the dirty, the manure? We try for shifter and we get the grind one. Now we can go in a swamp. So like that one day we get machines then cable the council cable get way how they take them to the supply to them to agriculture people the way they do farming. It they make now super fertilizer than you go begin to go take other fertilizer from the way. That one is a good manure way they help for the plant they grow fine. So I believe that all will help. So like I want to say produce to the government so that this politics business don't support the council. Like the council go before because it's a lot better than for me all.
All right. Okay, thank you, Senesi. Make we bring in Tony before I go bring in Aaron. Tony then at the line. Yes, Tony, you did live on air, sir. What's in your own contribution?
I feel say just like how other self can say, we're not ideas. I feel say the only two lack na salon are the resources. The ideas are there, but the resources may have a major challenge. Me no say the mayor, okay, the mayor and the current government in power, we are SAPP, they work as a team, united force. Definitely Freetown will reach the mark and then for beautify Freetown because when you take other cities, like a Bow, you understand, McKinney, for example, you see how they claim. Just because the people are law-abiding and there is enforcement of rules and regulation, if I understand there's 100%, almost 100% compliance. As I said, the only thing they affect Freetown is impact towards the politics. There is a whole lot of politics around cleaning Freetown, especially when it comes to the market people, the way they sell. Because if you actually want to beautify Freetown, you go start from cleaning the streets. We are in cleaning the street, not only just the garbage, because you also know, say, the one way they put the garbage on the streets, not the market people in. So if you take the market people them off the street and get a site for them, also say this now is to point way in a dating game. You find say all the street side with the dirty, so the dirty like carry the dirty. First time we come up, we get a mood of you, like a cook street stand and the copy, we get possible with station now that dirty box the way they did. That dirty box by some daughter. We get a party the whole day 5 o'clock. Anybody we can't wait until the final say they assist you for put inside the garbage dumpster or dirty and them home into the tenant. If you put on a ground, they actually can clean up. If they for all them things in but the other challenging things here is most of them points they do they put their garbage points in there. They're not again. Most of them places they don't give them up. People don't go building or don't make them garage. So they have to look into all the things and the we not just the number for dirty. You understand? Waiting just like how they say the need for empower the private sector because city council yes can do the supervision, but the need for empower the private sector. We are let us not just restrict them to just one company like Masada. Make they have like 2 or 3 companies, then divide them into different clusters. Because I feel say the one company not able to get the resources or logistics to take for clean food. So then most times you find out by the time when they clean pizza done, when they go up pizza on the back. You have make get different clusters. Like they get different companies. The company from upgoing, take over the clean, where they supervise or where they in charge. Other company will just stay within the CBD, with business districts. Other company where they probably feel stable. So if you have 13 and different, so we think of specialization, they could be, and there is a competition within them companies and because somebody tries for impress and let people see, you understand. So I think the government really want to work with the mayor. For example, Mr. Leone is a law about it. They see first time when they see playing people in the dinner house. You know, let's talk about. You know, Saloma just want to follow see that example that they put campus in. It idea. You know, for me, it's like step me. I'm not just any doubt in the government and the mayor. I just believe say someone. You know, in order for take overnight for level, it's a process. And this time around, nobody will say we not make progress. Or each government will in power. Past tell me say there was a slow pace at which we country develop. And therefore, watch the resources again. You understand? We not get that much resources to for make way for trust alone overnight to paradise. You understand? So then most times me plead with me to say last year that's the program we make suggest the government need for be invest in the middleman power. When we get the middleman power well trained, but good things then we know they suffer for them. If you go to for example, you see the middleman power it's very strong. It's very strong because when people become more reliant, when they know say yes, I get family for taking off and they work and you don't see Boko Haram doing this. Even if they have to pickpockets, things like that. If somebody gets a sustainable job every month, you do say, and they get small something, no. You know, so I mean, it's a great step, in the right direction. We just wish them luck. But the compliance, this has been the challenge for decades. We know that we just start something within 2-3 months. You understand? And before it don't die down. So then therefore really there's 100% enforcement and compliance with the people. But so I like step actually your contribution.
All right, that's Tony Ture Jones from Boston. Yes, make account to you, Aaron Rashidin, waiting na your contribution in transforming Freetown.
Well, you know, a very good idea. Who wouldn't want that? You know, when I really talk, I begin to think of Bowtown, McKinney, Kenema, Connor, all in Town and they too. You know, this come to begin with one thing: the stimule with all the stress. Education. You know, when I say education, I need to talk of political science. I'm not saying about it because now I myself study. But I talk of particularly technical education. And remember, we're saying the report military. You see, we get all the ideas and the potential master plan, but we resources that will not get it transformed. Now, I believe say, you know. Plan them like they were for also include. They're not for we institutions them like Frobe College, Milton Magai, Njala University, IPAN. They forget like maybe an engineering sections the way then therefore bring into this as well. Make the University of Saloon also involve. Let the student themselves come up with idea on how. They feel say this we can develop. I think it's a very brilliant idea. We all in that program go remember saying Alfred Akibobet being come up with something there like this. You remember say now the first man we put receptacles, how you call them a treat. At some point, we put some side with people for the to garbage na treat. The problem where Akibobet gets now that. In government we be in a power at the time, when our APC government. Now that very government they itself been belong to. But there were people in the government will be they go tell the president say, "Pa you see don't man you want making him pass you." that lack of coordination, can't get the support. And, when I think of this mayor we get and the president we get in the country, they belong to two different parties. But when you think of the All-In program there, party, they come on your mind. They see people and we want work for come together. And I believe that the president may not put a foot at one point where some ministers, they try for interfere with what the mayor they do. I think saying that all that they lead into this. The government get for support the mayor in plan, and the mayor self get for go and seek support from the government. And this for go beyond just the Freetown City Council. I think say one thing we go make all them things they are work with now the power of we electric power system, the power of the water supply system. Because when we want to transform Freetown, for example, into a modern city, you get to think of the waste system. We get for the run underground, but you need water for do that. We get for change that. Most of the toilets that we get now Freetown, now pit toilets them. I think we get for look maybe they get program for look into that and change that change that into the waste system where modern cities they're all the experience in there. They get for look at all of the things there and see how them go able work for make play that program they will. And I believe say other cities themselves within the area in there. Then go the things they will. Then self go get their own plan for development. Freetown is one of the oldest cities in Africa. It has a history of development. It has a history of advancement. Not be until Freetown go backward. So most of the cities now the continent where they are ahead of we now. Freetown been there ahead of them. But we get for change from that whole system where the city been building. So one good thing about Freetown, and waste, the flow of water, for example, it make it easy for any development program. We get, my colleagues then suggest, the government or the city council not a good employer. Then get for privatize some of the things that we involve in these things. And one thing I believe this government serious about accountability. I don't think say that attitude where people and they will take money, give them contract and I don't know, but I don't think say they go do it now. The mayor self would be watchful. I want to believe this mayor and I want to believe this president too. And I think say they get the support of the staff them and the ministers them and the people of Freetown too forgive that country they support. Sometimes you put your party backward of the country. I believe say there are APC people too who are ready for support this government for let government go before. And I believe say there are SLPP too people and too we want to support the mayor. We're ready for support the mayor for left freedom because we cannot be going from one page of backwardness to another. So far and like I say, I think say we forget we institution of higher learning and forget the sector or department. We get for the help and design some of them things in the engineering department too. Then get for look at how they will get them involved, And I think say this and beside with foreign partners then we'll get forget. If we get foreign partners if they can with expatriates, then get for make sure say they involve the people then on the ground.
A really important point. I just piggyback this small. Then get the institution in the Public College and Jala, they all get, even though they get different programs. But I remember this very vividly. Over 25 years ago, one young man where they writing thesis for getting engineering degree at Public College. I remember I'm one Cornell fellow. Waiting insisting now for how they control sewage and water flow at Freetown. I remember this very, very vividly. Like this happened just a week or so ago. He shared the information. Waiting, he look at it. He looked at some water. He looked at other gutters with the overflow. He looked how then gutter when I just then slapped in the layer on top because then it will make it easy for make trash go inside, for make dirty go there, for make. So it creates a system. In fact, where UNDP then we want pick up or make them sponsor that project there. God knows waiting happy with them, but I think in the Bondo, the young man in name in last name having Bondo. I don't forget his name anyway. But it outlined how then you dey conceal, just like how Arumi said, you dey conceal anything in the wearing, then they go underground. Wherein, if you look at today, you know they see the gutter, you know they see the surface, you they see block, just like how we did now. All you see a manhole cover on strategic points. We probably don't help that place in a great deal. Wherein sewer system, then go alleviate the problem when that pit stop where people they can flush and go there and work for Campbell and Sumaya.
Yusuf,
so they will centralize them all on one.
Yusuf, hold on.
Channel.
And
So
somebody in phone gets feedback. I don't know who that. Please, somebody needs from muting phone. Too much feedback.
Yeah, true. At the area.
Yeah, too much feedback. Somebody need from muting phone. I don't know if na Senesi or Aaron. Yeah,
No,
carry
Victor,
on,
I just
Yusuf.
turn on now. Me on phone mute. Check Tennessee or Tony.
Yeah, I think na Senesi. Senesi need for muting phone. Carry on, Yusuf. Sorry about that.
Okay, no, that's okay.
I just come on.
You know, yeah. So, I mean, the whole thing is, I mean, if you look, and I also want to highlight the point is, the thing with the get that alone is people they make this an issue, and you don't really need for being an issue. If you take your country, put them first, you blur the lines on political stands, you blur the lines on party affiliations, you blur the line on transparent or, I mean, intransigent affiliations with tribalistic and something. Because if you put your country first, when they say you put your country first, you don't even think about the political party you belong to. You think about the mass, the general mass, the legacy we want to create. But this is not the thing, and we most Africans are lack as leaders. We don't even look for a legacy. We don't even look for create a proper legacy wherein after we be left, people can go proudly surface with names and put them. Because look, if you look inside with most recent history in our salon, the last 60 years, of all the leaders, how many of them you look when are the political leaders per se? We see somebody who grab a propagate that person there in name and say, you know what, this person stands for this. This is not the legacy with this person do this country way Africa we belong. You get countries like Sudan, as poor as they are. You get business leaders like Momo Ibrahim. They grab the sponsor almost million. If any president na the whole continent not get any blemish of corruption, they get cash of 1 or 2 million or I don't know how much million now. Look at that. Then in the old for being served as inspiration for leaders, but then they're lacking because when they come, then they put party stuff first instead of them put the country first. So, but hopefully, if the awakening don't take place now, we encourage people like the president today for crossing party line, for look the interest of the country and sponsor programs or go beyond programs where we could serve as a lasting effect for the country, and it could be very, very helpful. Sorry.
Okay. Transform Freetown, it gets a lot to do with the people away in Freetown. Presently, as we all know, are there, and just few things them. One truck, I even take a picture of, and one truck be there in front of we. The people are waiting at the back of the truck. Out then they drink the water. Now so then they throw away the plastic in a street. Out then they drink the water middle of the street. Now so then just they throw away the plastic there. And also we see like the ambulance. Now Salona they see ambulance. Every time you see an ambulance inside Freetown, I don't know upline if not the same thing they can do. But inside Freetown, every time you see an ambulance, it is in an emergency move. What happened the other day? The ambulance passed through the Wellington end, full speed, like it's an emergency. We not go far. We meet in a Calbart on a park. The light still flashing, no sound, but they buy bread. Whose emergency that one day? These are all lawlessness he had to deal with inside Freetown. When you go inside town, when you go inside town, you they see the market women them. Like me, I can always discuss with people that I come close to. I can always ask them 1 or 2 questions. Them why this, why that. The other day I take transport, na the toll road. The driver pay for the toll done. We then get the ticket, it take in change, it's where the ticket's not gone. And when you look at gone, na the toll area yanda, a lot of tickets and then at the ground. I asked the driver, I say, what do you mean it's where and they? He say, because then they can't clean them. He say, na they work. I say, but then give the receipts for keep them, now you proof say you pay. I say, if they not give you receipts, now you go and use them, take all that thing, but then give you receipts. You don't even drive off right there. Now they it's where. He said, then go can't clean them. All these little things, them way we they do. The toll, it's beautiful and everything, but we looking at gone. All the tickets away, then they give the drivers them. Now they back then it's go where they create dirty na the place. I think, say, if all and they come into lawlessness, beaucoup lawlessness then they happen inside Freetown. I reach inside that Frobe vicinity. You get to say the Poda then they stop now. Where you reach yonder, the stinkiness way they come out there is not even funny. Because now the Poda then they na the Malta Street area, then they na Savage Square, then they and any outside you see people then they get a boku for take transport, dirty boku dey. Because they want water, they want this, they want that. We see them done the make and the ibande. We then done the make and the ibande. You get a lot of street trading. Now from Bishop Johnson, say go PZ. As soon as they say after 5 in the evening, then they begin street traders. Then they appear from nowhere. They get street trading from Bishop Johnson. Even the other day, somebody they tell me say they don't begin out from Town. Street trading, full-fledged. Everybody they count in wares na net. They put them from Town straight to PZ. How do we want to transform Freetown? I think there is a way we will go for try for get hold of this street trading. Street trading are one of the things that way they destroy Freetown. Now so me think street trading now one of the things that way they destroy Freetown and lost them for day. Like then one then the way a lot of people and see them when they throw the plastic na street, then they laugh. They throw the plastic, they laugh. But that's lawlessness. How you go suck plastic water you throw on a street? So I think for transform Freetown, it gets to do with the people. And if government say they come in, when you are found wanting, when you are found guilty, you supposed for pay the price. You supposed for pay the price. Because where you count on, yes, it's good for all this thing, transform Freetown and all these things. It's very good. But at the end of the day, are the people ready to grasp this? If they are not, is the government ready to punish people that are found guilty? Because there are laws and there are rules. If we don't follow, at the end of the day, it is what it is. That na my own take on this transform Freetown. We come to the next issue where now the president in visit Nakono on a thank you tour. Make we listen to the clip and we go come and contribute again. Let we listen.
Party supporters, sympathizers and other people when they dance and sing for welcome His Excellency President Julius Madapio and some senior government commanded na Freetown Kono District. As President Bio de carry on a national thank you tour after the March 2018 elections. And according to development planners, economists them, Kono District na one party district them, Saloon, where don't they contribute big time to the development of the country economy through exports of diamond. But here still plenty people believe say Kono District still they behind for develop. And according to political analysts them, Kono District now one party district them where they decide the national election from where multi-party democracy comes alone inside 1996. We mean say the political party or person where the district go link or vote go win the election. And this Kono district be manifest na the 2018 election. We bring Julius Madapio na power. We make Igowaka na Freetown Kono district. Who said the Honorable Paramount Chief Sanyongai Kotande Mbriwa been talk about somebody raising them. Why chief them na Kono district gladly by the government?
When you resolve and you decide to fight corruption, that this country will give you the support we need. For the free education, sincere thanks and appreciation to you when you select a son of this soil as your vice presidential running mate, Dr. Jude Dollar. Plenty of Freetown picking them as ministers and members of boards.
But one thing we been come out now, all the speakers them we been talk na this meeting. Now we young people no get job na Kono district. Komba Matthew Sam na the mayor na Kwedu City say na about 70 schools them where this government don't approve na Kono district and said give them school material them where he said then they shape na the district.
In this regard, as a mayor, the council remains committed to support all strides in ensuring we succeed in providing the free quality education. I would like to recognize the demonstrated effort and commitment displayed by your government towards the establishment of the University of Science and Technology in Kono District.
But the mayor talk about the things then where people on the race na Kono District where they want government for address now.
Provision of pipe-borne water, a 24-hour electricity coverage for the entire municipality. Additional ambulance to support the hospital and PHUs. At present, Purdue Government Hospital only has one operating ambulance that supports 500,000 people. The approval of additional schools and teachers. Additional roads that link major streets are roads within the city and a road to the proposed university campus within the city. The review of laws, policies to benefit the people of mining district.
Where they respond for tell thank you to people inside Kwedu City. The president Julius Madabio say plenty time where politicians them can they talk to people, not can they talk the truth. We make it say in government could do things them where it been promise people na Kono district and other parts them na the country. The time will be the campaign for win the election.
Kono don't contribute immensely to this country. You know, we call a city, we not get pipe-borne water. The amenities not there for calling a city. Now we have responsibility for provide the amenities there to make it get fit the name City of Kono. Today I don't know for tell una thank you for all the voters una vote, but why when I vote for we? Now because when I first say yes, waiting me they say I go do them.
On the commission of inquiry, the president continues to say in gladly but some party things them where the main opposition don't they say because he said this not to the first time when government they set up commission of inquiry.
Some of the ministers already now they subject themselves to that because we understand and obey the rule of law. Where people them they die now out of Ebola, so man be they eat the Ebola money. We say we can't explain what will happen. So man don't say the defect. But that first day on, now fettle ready for fet. You know why? The first fettle defect, you not get head, you not get tail. But this one they say can't tell me how you use the money. You say at the fet, we go fetch that fet day and we go win that fight day. However, the commissions of the inquiry get to go on. No negotiation. So today, before the commissions then start, we appeal to the one that we don't take money. If you bring him money, sample, you give it, you own down. We know the carry going to inquiry. This is amnesty. Before they start with the inquiry, we don't know one, nobody going to inquiry. Just bring the people their money. Now we put up on the school picking them. We put them in the hospital. The poor people then we don't let them go. Make this be a public information. If you don't say you don't commit, now if you can't confess with your money, we never do nothing. But when the inquiries, they find out, say you take that money there, not to use yourself once. Now the money will take.
The over 400 acre of land for construct the University of Science and Technology na Fandu Village, Bese Chiefdom, Kono District, when about 7 miles away from Kwedu City. The Minister of Lands through the Minister of Higher Education will present the land document to President Bion at the site.
The University of Science and Technology we are putting here on this site. This is to give the skills and the training needed for the middleman, not only to be a meaningful part of our economic activity and grow the economy, expand it so that we can take care of unemployment, but also equipping them to go out and be a useful part of the world. In addition, there are going to be 2 technical and vocational institutes in Kwedu.
And according to the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education, now the Indian government through ECOWAS, they support Salon government for put up this university. We make ready democracy been asked some people, but then view but President Bio in Waka na Kono district.
I feel good as a student because where the college go Kandena, I really glad for the free education where the president say give.
I'm very much happy with all the things that we don't highlight for Kono, like the university.
I'm glad because we can go to school, we no pay school fees again.
We expect for like duty talk for we as people.
The president been same way so open the child health center na Makale for improve the well-body business for Bele Umandem, Kumbra and Pikindem, for the Society for Radio Democracy. Mohammed Sharif, the report.
Now, so we'll tell Mohammed Sharif, thank you for that particular report today. We don't hear the president, and some people may be all guilty for the talk we talk. He say, if you self be the listen, you hear what he say the last war since not be did. He say, but this one, if they say for make you can answer commission of inquiry, you say you know they agree, well that fet they will go fet them. So people say the president compare the rebel war, the senseless rebel war, to something now where then feel say the president they try for boast about fighting that kind of war, even though not against the commission of inquiry and corruption.
I know I will just waste them on that.
We don't hear waiting we outline on the university and all the other things then they make a bring in Yusuf. Yes, Yusuf, waiting you take on Kono as Kono is part of you.
The impressive step, but you know, like everything else, you get the back side of the story where, you know, people don't even see and dwell on. Kono, it's long overdue. You know, we people like me and plenty others, they talk about a slew of brains we scatter around the world and even in governance and salon today, from law officers, from doctor them to engineers, you name it. We don't get the production that our place there. But it takes a very long time for make we even get sixth form, okay? And for another day in establishment, in terms of schooling, since time immemorial, you get the brewers, you get the Kono indigents, and you get the people that we can relocate there. Long story short, the idea that Kono they get this University of Technology we want constructed. Now, within I always say the Fafa prepare tomorrow will come as a surprise where you know will lack. So the question we me go ask is, where are the brains that will come? Will we get places like Frabe College where not fully manned and supported? We get Jala, we get IPAM, and we get all the other small subsidiaries where we not even see full fruition as to waiting the holder one in the accountable, as to waiting the supporter one in the for make them do them jobs right. Who that in the good teach that university in Akono? Who that in the good lecture? These are the kind of question we, me and some other people not begin to think about. Now this it not necessarily means that we not get people. But these are the kind of things that we, the government, and also somebody will get a wealth of answer for that question there. But these are some of the question in this way people and they even think about right now. People from Kono and some other places in the surroundings. The idea is very good. The idea is very well thought. The idea is way overdue. The idea bring Kono at the limelight that this thing is very meaningful for me to go happen at that place there. Now, that being said, the fact that when they get the commission inquiry, people are not vexed for that. We know this program we don't entertain something like that long before commission of inquiry even come into thinking. We don't bring this idea up that people need for answer the things we don't do and we don't say right in the hearts of APC and second term of office. We don't ask questions, and thankfully, we the government change. We ask these questions. I mean, our boss will be suggest say, then get for need for do one. Like ask people them, and we will talk about the asset declaration. Everybody, or na person, a public officer, or a civil servant, in need for much within in any capacity support, we can answer to them question the name. If we enable back party and I'm the rightful way, the government get right for question them. Well, tell me how you get this. If they get this the rightful way, fine. If you enable substantiate that, then the government put on a deck, say, you know, until you prove to we say this you are on the right way, we did take them. We did take them two ways. If you want to forfeit the case, if we go to court, we did give that chance as a citizen for making you defend them. But if you lost, not only will they confiscate the property, you go jail. But if you never support, say, them property and you get them, you walk away, no harm. No harm, no foul. You go your way, we keep them, the government confiscate them property and they declare unto the state, and the state do it in the field for do with them, for benefit the people. This is my own take on that. And the fact that we even talk about some kind of war on this, war on that, that's not just a language expression. We all know these people, they take things out of context. But maybe just want to say that make people not get deep into interpreting things, forget negative connotations from them. Let we be optimistic. Let we think positive. If this man say we go fight the war against corruption, make it not be war in a literal sense. It just means to say they will utilize every mean with anti-corruption and all the other necessary party them to make sure say we affect the rightful way for do them. I will stop for now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you to Yusuf. Yes, Senesi, President Bio in Kono. What in you take, sir?
Anyway, besides President being to Kono, I believe the President take 8 months, going to 9 months now in office. At least he sets an example for other leaders, not to just after election. He grab the goal, you say, I can't do thank you, so you go talk, tell one, thank you, and vote for me. Never mind. Decide the all we don't go, if you go with something, say, I can't this phone. The ambulance, they already don't, when they buy for the Ebola way, some they know if you use them for the purpose or some they don't pack them, don't they call it, they repair all, spray the all, give the all line, they just the quick pass to me. Now they don't repair all now, they don't work. So they use any kind of, I believe say they get to put measures in anything for let them know how to control them. But they get blue on the garden, no 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 blue on the give the crack on. The time we do an emergency, people don't go take it serious. Coming back to President in visit to Kono. All the visits we don't do, we do something, and it's how we do the do. Then me not to Creole, but me the small Creole way Asabi. The one that will be the deal, the better way you play this one, people that will not be area until they get the opportunity for area. Will be the bill say, the president say, in the fair war. Simple. When they invite 1 or 2 people, we will all know that. I think we discussed on how we do in the first program. When they invite 1 or 2 people for go CID for go report this, they write press release, let everybody come, let everybody know what they call, and they go fall at the place, begin the system. So, if the president talks, say, when they say come, Wakala can answer, you say the fete, well, that fete, they will all go better. And that fete will be win. That, now the people willingly don't ask una say, una can't explain. Because if the people not be give, if you not be the people will not be support the president, it's very difficult for this government for even succeed for begin get people that begin get money, but people they not get sense. The people that way they fight for, when I don't see the kind of money when they don't begin give ACC, when they go return, say, pa, this call on call me not true, but I no one on charge me, I know I'm good jail. Look some of the money we they negotiate. So then waiting they go begin they go fetch for now. The thing is clear. Don't forget the commission of inquiry not be done set. But the audit report will be come out will be so damning. The pre-audit way they do just after the Ebola, we all see. Now with that, we make the people that will they be affected with this particular disease go now ECOWAS cause go make report say if that money where them be give, if them be used religiously, we not be for that. It will not be for some of the family they not be for not die. We particularly not be for not be affected. Now they're calling us this money where the government so it be deserve. The audit report say na so how you use this money. Now can't explain to you na so then can't explain. You say no, I need a goodie. So if you say you need a goodie, so then the president tell them if you say what the police say for go, you say you need a goodie, you say it. Why go fed that the winner? And we say the people of Sierra Leone will all say the goodie, the goodie. You go answer. So to Kono Lekoni be the talk the university in Akono. I don't know no more because the one they will get forced will never bring them, can never maintain the that way. But again, like the time 2007, we still say former president Bijan Kaba during that Sababu, they go and build schools them all over. At the end of the day, they build the schools then at some villages, students they not be for going to the school. So the building will be left there. Later, people will use that for different things. But I believe say if the university, yes, you go put the building there now, you go put the structure. We only hope that they putting the structure there, they will use Kono to be a science university, purely science. Because now only when you do that day, you will move people that we want for do science, you go tap na Kono. But if you people that then have Freetown, you get another university where they do science, you get another university where they do Nabo, they do science, then that one na Kono, people not get for good day. So if the government they do that, I only want let that particular university where they do na Kono, let it go be useful for now. Purely now they all science students for go. Then that's when it will be better. But if they say that they do the same, they get the same curriculum with other universities, government just waste them. Then they make that university purely for science. And the Peking, everybody glad because books they don't go, they don't get free education. All man they say free education. The only thing now they talk to government, the table for sex now. Let the people then get the food at the table because for now we don't know say government get money. Because with all the projects they launch within 8 months, when they fund, we don't believe say now government get money. So let them kind concentrate at the table so that people they go pull out by this politics where they place now. Because when I don't house, I don't come home, I don't eat, I beg food. If like they talk nonsense, I know I'm for you because I don't eat, I don't make food. But now when person angry, now go begin listening to all kind of nonsense. But that food at the table now they ask of our government. We are help we invest more on agriculture. Don't begin it real food and then food. Thank you, sir.
All right. Senesi, before I go bring in Aaron, make I just squeeze in Tony. Yes, Tony, you did live on air, sir. What do you want to contribute on this?
Yeah, the president in visits to Kono, I think say a good visit because Kono for a very long time, beyond the staff. Although you can get one or two institutions that will elect a public Kono, and doing Israel Kono Day, and get lecturers only become a Freetown lecture day. But a very good thing because it will make the Kono become more vibrant again in terms of plenty of opportunities and we go bring can because it will definitely bring just like McKinney. We all know McKinney when it with McKinney 15 years back. You understand? McKinney gets your own university, the University of McKinney, where in the Catholic thing go with and they do so well. They're living off a law as well. So if Fabi College they do law and McKinney said they do law, I think they cost. You understand? So basically, I know the fee say if they do science and Freetown, person no go for Kankono. Probably the person with the McKinney, it will be shorter for go because of whatever opportunities and what available in Kankono. Then come all the way to Freetown where see for several years now we University of Sierra Leone we call it every day hostess for students them, So I feel saying I welcome news because Kono for the past years, me, I will say me an associate of Kono now. Because I work on and I make a lot of impact with the people in different townships. I mean, Kono is a very good place. You understand? Kono for me, I always say, is still a virgin ground. Not only would they consider Kono as their home, but when they talk about land farming, Kono gets one of the best land and everything for farming. So if you carry science, probably the same. We go get people that we go able for begin because I basically not able to understand it's just the science area where you can take the electronic aspect, we're going to do the agricultural sciences or whatever, you understand? But Kono is a very good place. It's a very good place. I think the people of Kono go welcome this idea because the road network now will don't be done by the previous governments, make a whole lot of things because Kono before they take like 12 hours for Kono. But we just hope and pray that the president just the way he work and say thanks, make it spread gesture on all the township, not just limit on areas the way say probably a prospect area the way they try for win over because we know say Corona how you call them Corona they decide one of the places that really decide where they actually what's they call salon election. If you get Kono and you bet your other struggle, then definitely you likely don't win the elections. But I would just see cause and cause because some of those things they affect the past regime with the APC, we then neglect Kenya. We all see it now. Kenya, who don't they make and everything. Let the presidents. I mean, at first in this government, I don't see definitely they will deliver because now the people then vote them in. And if you not deliver, definitely the people then go and out again. But I mean, we just hope and pray, and we will continue for pray for them. I mean, they're on the right track, and we self as we, the people them, it's a very good thing because it gives you that confidence that Sierra Leone is actually moving, things are happening, and you then place there where they make it like a citizen, a second class citizen. You are not a first class citizen. Your home always is your home of birth. Because nobody don't go out for owner then go carry go and nursing home. You understand? So you really people that can say no us, I don't know go reach this, I don't get for reach this by we. Meaningful contributions, So just when they talk about something, one area I have for this into way I feel say back we get lapses on the way we handle our alumni associations and some of who colleges and as a long way we are with the COT that on institutions in Boston or Massachusetts where they read they see how people them one day we go Harvard, we go MIT, the way they go and say this week in a reunion. Where you come, all students they come together. They play they put plans them out for push the university. They almost scholarship there for almost still there for the welfare of the institution. We don't get anything in a salon, but when to the senior salon, we see people they celebrate the secondary school and the university the way they go. So when the opposite for be or likely for be the same thing. You understand? If we call it IPAM or Jala or IAMTEC, they're vibrant alumni association where students they come together and they contribute funds and everything. They wait for the government, just like how school government private science. We all see the class distinction, we see quality in education, we see everything. I feel say in the alumni association itself. So if the entire university go to McKinney, you understand, usually the less concerned about other than go lecture. Like for Kono, where IPAM did it, some of who will go IPAM, you understand? Mr. Ude, when I'm one of the senior lecturers in IPAM, they go to most of the places and the way they say students they will go to the college for they give assistance. You get people that will go work on a corner where they work for certain organization where they because the classes the most time in the evening where they offer them they go lecture just like when you get lecturer at the wedding and they work from a banker where lecturer we work on you go up the college you go IPAM or Jala you go lecture. So I'm not saying a lecturer's issue would be a problem. The only thing I forget qualified lecturer in them areas they get for be and they get for really cater for and based on the consideration which is the remuneration where you go for the lecturer. But it's a very good good initiative. Kono is still a virgin ground. It's still a virgin ground. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Tony. And make a bring in Aaron. Yes, Aaron. What you take on the president in visit Sankono?
Well, like I said earlier, a very good move. I think it's about time that Kono experience, Kono gets that. Kono deserve that. The more or less the breadbasket of society. We need that for that city or that area, that district. I just want to respond to what CBC earlier. We say purely science and technology. Student there, but we can get other departments them as well. Because honestly, with science and technology today, I'm not thinking there is any aspect of life with like agriculture, whatever you think about it, and even news media organizations, then the role with science and technology they play these days, it's great, and it can be the main university for science and technology, but I can get other departments, and they're not going to be as big as the science and technology department, because to every student in that area or that district, they go opting for science and technology. And with the other two who I want to respond to again, now the question where Yusuf asked, where we all always ask this question about the supply, the lectureship, supply of it. I believe there are people where if everything seems stable to go on, the very friend where within this channel, Yusuf, if who knows, maybe he can just decide, say, I want to go Sarah. He's capable of, teaching and things like business development, business administration. Now, a university in Sierra Leone. I agree say get speaking in family dinner, and the options are, but we get people in a very good example. I just learned from Tony. Say he go IPAM. All the thing with all the experience that he gets. Who knows? Maybe at the end of sometime he will say, I want go see how I go help for improve education at the country. The other two way I think say government for do, and I can always think I've been thinking about this for a long time. We and India get something in common. We are colonized by the British, with English-speaking country in this area. We want to give people who can lecture science and technology. Some of these things now with university, we go provide security for them. We go pay them. We go provide safe home for them. Now that way they want to help with for develop. Even in America, there are people where they contact tutors then in India for lecture them picking maths and science. They do them online. They begin within Boston, for example, or in New York. They talk to a lecturer in Mumbai, where they show him, you go tell him what he gets. It in the lecture and then in the I believe India gets so much resources when it comes to that. If we government, like when you establish good relationship with the government, go talk to the Indian government, say we want to help you with that. With the open all the universities there. And with the trade relationship between Ashoka and all the short-term supermarket, all will be get today. There is a good will be get today. Supermarket, the Indian supermarket, and people who we don't done university in India. Then they send them for work as experience, for gain experience. And India still get them. Most of the manpower when it comes to technology, a good number of them, they are from India, even in America, even in some parts of Europe. I think we say for look at ways because language, we not get language problem with we and India. We speak the same English language. And I think one thing that way the government can make use of, try for see if they can contact the Indian government, see how they will help you with that. We give them guarantee, say, this not this we can do. We can put, we go pay them. The one they will not go able to send for we. Then I believe say then go come. I think it's a good move and. We there are people. There is a man in Boston where I interviewed during the last election. Now somebody with the election now England. He left not to Boston now, North Carolina. He did it. He did lecture. That man he tell me how he want go Sierra Leone. He don't make an attempt for go Sierra Leone for go help with the education system. But he gets so much way the blocking way or way no look in conducive for go. But if all in open, there are people, Sierra Leoneans out there we go and help and help advance the education system in that country. I would just send this so far.
All right, thank you very much. I think on this Kono issue, a lot of the political party them can always want to get grip on Kono. We remember the previous regime, the president he promised a lot of things, then but at the end of the day, it not come to pass. So we just hope say this particular term, all what is promised, we go able for them. At the end of the day, they're not going to take advantage of the people of Kono. And we just hope say politics not go come and play a major role in this because it's development. It's not about C4C, it's not about SLPP, it's not about APC, but not development for Kono. So I just hope say all the stakeholders them will get involved for see this come to pass inside Kono. Because Kono need them. Kono really need this, and I hope say it go come to pass. Now so we go round up today on program. I go bring in, I don't know, Yusuf, if he's still there, make we just give waiting now your anticipation for next week, so that we go close today on program. Yes, Yusuf, waiting are you last word or your last statement for today on program, and what you anticipate for next week.
I'm like always been a person way very optimistic, and I just hope that we small land people they will get objections like anything else, but at the end of the day, you walk away with at least a slightly different mindset as you've been coming to the conversation. At least that's not the case with me. And I just want to say thanks to everybody who contribute, Senesi, Tony, and Arun, and to you as well. But we try to look forward to, now for anything, we talk about business continuity, we talk about sustainability of projects that we can witness alone. Waiting make places like the West strong today now because they get lasting effects on waiting they do today. In a sense that when they put something on today, then they get the projected position 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, so that people they change, that's inevitable. Positions they change, that's inevitable. People they die, people they get sick. So they don't want to make obstructions like that would be an obstacle to success or the continuation of the functioning of the business or the school or what have you. So this now the kind aspirations that they think about Sierra Leone. If not, we will come back 10 years from now, somebody or that new government who can talk, say, 5 years or 10 years from now, some other government will, this is my own project, wherein one other project will not start, not even take a serious foothold yet, somebody they come with a new idea. So if things like this they happen, my hope is that things could be in place or ideas within in place in writing, wherein somebody who can pick up, as long as it make sense or is very meaningful for the country. At the end of the day, the people Nanga for matter, not to within the individual share or want for do. So my hope is the government in the seat today will listen, go explore opportunities, go explore ideas, go entertain ideas as well, and make them not frown upon opposition. If opposition can, make it be as an opportunity for me, then we will get a conversation and get to common ground for the betterment of Sierra Leone and the people. So that I may take, and that I may hope, and I wish everybody good health. Till next week, we will come back and cook, which we will cook at the spot. All right, all the best and cheers. Peace.
Thank you very much, Yusuf. Yes, NSC, waiting now you statement for today, your last one, and waiting your anticipation for next week.
Well, I want to say plenty thank you to Papa God that at least the political tempo on the kind of small because say after the elections we see beaucoup tempo, but now we don't see the tempo, then they go down small we concentrate now. On national development. And I still they ask that God will give the president that courage, lead Sierra Leone, like Kumra, forget what they don't think about national development, and I want to put this example where you see then there's the mayor, they just ask that ministers and other parliamentarians through that same line. They'll talk about national development now. They will continue before. Then the other aspiration, this league will start tomorrow. They are creating league game momentum, so we don't want the bad boys and kind side will be this way game done. People go and jog back, people go and waiting they call do that they will kill the spirit. We just want to create the momentum, not the grab so the resource at the side. That will make youth man they forget about this beaucoup politics business, this beaucoup propaganda. Because these 2 days where the streets don't take the city see Blackpool Lions. Say we can refer them always Blackpool Lions, we refer them to APC. Now the 2 teams that the way we have been na Freetown. So like when the game don't begin play, so they ask that people go just play cool after game, people then go back home safely. Let the arguments left just like they argue for Manchester and Arsenal. They left so no more. And I want to see the kind of the spirit and the country. Then we all talk to national development and don't forget about politics. We get about 3 years more, 3 to 4 years to begin back. So they allow give the president time. They can say in the long time way you don't and you don't know the problem of the country. So no give that chance we make it go that path, the no give the support. Because if the president Bio succeeds, now for we all. If the president Bio fail, then our world will go back to the start day, we will go look for a new person. So no give the chance for making use your ideas and we give the support for the country for next week. I want to say thanks to the listeners. Then I wish them a blessed coming week. Ciao. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much to Tennessee Brahma. Yes, Aaron, waiting will be your final statement and your anticipation for next week, sir.
Well, me your final statement now that all what we hear today na sign of positive move on every sector of government, including the one with the APC mayor, the mayor winner from APC, the lead na Freetown, and we see the move where the government have they take. Ibrahim, you bring something vital. Non-continue the way go develop way just the the governments, the elected governments, go say they improve. I mean, it takes a lot also from the people in general. I did look something yesterday at the news, and something come up where we always can make reference to. Now, we've seen President Kennedy once say to the American people, he was a Democratic president. He said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. It's about the country, we just get different people, they come. You could hear people and say, not all not the same. Politicians, they will get different platform, they will get different approach toward things. But it's all, we all get for make sure, say we work with the one that we not go left hand at the government in hand. We say if we are abroad, we owe a responsibility, as I always say, to Sierra Leone. We owe a responsibility for make we country go before. As we say if we do as well. Now we all really play for make sure, say, the country push go forward. There are other ways. I can always say this. That primary school where you attend, one 2 term, you remember, say you able to buy 2-3 packs of pencil, you put them together, you send to that school where you attend that school, in a notebook them what and also we already now don't contribute in different ways to education in our country. And this is what we do, so including people where they listen. If you take your time to listen to us now, because you get interest in Australia, I know say there are many of you out there we want to call in at this program, but maybe because of the networking system, we're not able to call. We're not always they agree with some of the things that we say. And I make we can let for they contribute. We look forward to the people their own role with them go play. I want to look at within the civil society. Within the civil society, do we have civil society organizations in our country? Yes, we do. I want to see within the plan for next week. Maybe why you hear from them, and we want to see how we continue to go forward, and for let's alone. Go be that country, no matter what. Home is always ours, the top solution. Thank you, and we hope so.
All right, thank you very much to Aaron Rashidin for the contribution, and also Senesi Brima and Yusuf, and also Tony Ture Jones. Farm will not go inside any moment from now. We go bring Daniel Oldfield, even though he's scrapped. He was challenged by the Lions and Blackpool business. Game not be gated, demand on scrap, but they hope for a speedy recovery. But we know say he really dedicated to the Daniel Oldfield's corner on the WanPot.
Daniel is scrap quick.
Yes, Daniel is scrap quick. The game not be gated.
I think he keep goals there for Bishop Johnson.
Don't you jog answer?
Well, me na artista, so me I did mighty Blackpool. I don't know so una dey.
Me na Port Authority me dey.
Okay, you dey Port. Who say Arunin dey?
Na Port myself in there. I be Port Authority. The second 5-2, we dem beat Port second 5-2. Me party dem dey provoke me. I can cry. I been dey cry like ficky.
So who say you dey now? Who say you dey now?
You mean who say dey now?
Yes.
Well, I dey Port Old Edwardian.
Okay, you get the
Port.
I dey Port. So I will take say I dey Port.
Okay, well me I dey Mighty Blackpool. The Mighty
Blackpool.
Yes, the T-Stars boys.
The outside. Yusuf then Diamond Stars.
Diamond Star man.
Well, I don't know that Tony they had for that. Tony looked like some Blackpool man safe.
Yes, Tony in a Mighty Blackpool. Tony in a Blackpool.
Is I guess correctly? Eh?
No. But tomorrow I will be live na the National Stadium. I dey try for get access for make we go on live in Leone way. But at the end of the day we still get for one. But Abawando I'm in Leone way like.
Must send some pictures for us now the program.
No, definitely we will get live pictures with the drone shot and everything. But thank you guys for your time, and we can with the scrap down the low field now. We can give you.
You go to laugh the guys now.
Thank you very much, guys, for your time.